nice moment. I just feel like at this point, like I'm just getting worse. Specifically,
really?
This. I think
that one actually didn't sound that bad. I mean, not that bad. It sounded better than the previous one.
Heat, not having eaten. I could just. If there was an AC.
That's the thing. We're in a sauna here. I should have warned you. It's just a warehouse.
We're in North Hollywood without air conditioning, and it's about 110 degrees
outside.
And
which in the warehouse?
And we're wearing black. And it's getting tough.
It's a beautiful thing.
What is that video series that you're going to be doing?
Well, I'm launching a new website just for me, just for Jeff Bowders. But then, and so because mine's just outdated and I haven't touched it, and so it's going to be something I'm going to be releasing just weekly, either lessons or performances. So that's going to be just a free thing. But then, what I'm the project that I'm working on is like a 10-week long like video boot camp, drumming boot camp. So so basically, yeah, it's like 10 weeks. An hour a day for six days a week, and basically I just have all the lessons. I have all the PDFs and just everything that's laid out for you, basically just to get your drumming up to speed. And you can take it as far as you want, or in terms of speed or in terms of technical difficulty. But the whole idea is just to kind of organize your practice, and that's really the biggest thing. Is just a lot of times we practice and we just go, I just got to go practice. Well, what are you practicing? What's the purpose of it? The biggest thing is why. You need to ask, why are you working on these things? And this is something I'm embarrassed to say I didn't figure out till later on in life, that it's like just going in and practicing isn't enough. Going in and practicing, knowing what I'm actually trying to obtain, that makes all the difference in the world. And so it's defining that why of why you're practicing. Like, what specifically is this going to help me in, or allow me to express myself in this way, or help me to feel more comfortable with, or that I'll be able to apply this specifically in my playing that I know is a weakness. And if I'm not focused on it, then my whole practice it's kind of all for none. It's just basically I'm just getting a workout. Right? I'm not getting a musical workout. I'm not getting a drumming workout. So the whole purpose of this kind of like specifically just spending 1 hour a day that's just laid out for you very specifically with the exercises and the BPMs and and a chart so you can see your progress. That's the biggest thing too, is actually being able to see progress. Just working on things ad nauseum gets sometimes kind of depressing. Because it's just like, well, you're not seeing the growth.
Right.
But for me, it's really nice for me to see benchmarks and to see like, oh, this is where I was a month ago. This is where I was 3 months ago. This is where I was last week even. Because sometimes different areas of your drumming, you grow faster than others. Some things just take longer to develop. But I think still just always writing things down and having some organization. You're the king of organization. It's just a great tool to really maximize your practice time. And with a lot of my students, they just go, I'm just going to play out of this book today, and then hopefully something sticks. And you're just chucking spaghetti against a wall,
Right.
if you don't have some sort of continuity or some sort of consistency with it, and some sort of game plan. I had a great teacher when I was in high school and in college that he's very specific about. He would give me exercises each week. He'd give me like some 4-bar phrase, and he'd say, okay, be able to play it, but then I also want you to write out your own 4 bars that's, inspired by this, but make it your own and come back and play it. And so I'm just not regurgitating his ideas. And that set me on a really nice path of just kind of not accepting just because something's been written there that's the end-all be-all. It's like, why are some of our favorite drummers our favorite drummers? Because they have a unique voice they don't sound like everyone else.
Right.
And that's why I tell a lot of the students at MI, they'll come down there and they all get the same curriculum, right? That literally thousands of other drummers have received, and that happens in any music school, right? You're for the most part going to get the same curriculum that they've been handing out for years. What are you going to do that's actually going to make that different? What are you going to do with that material that's actually you're going to personalize that and try to create your own voice? And that's just being able to play the exercise. I mean, that's the bare minimum, right? It's just like, okay, well, you should be able to do that. You should be able to play that. You should be able to cipher that down. You should be able to orchestrate that as it's written. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do to personalize that? And I think that's the next step. And that's challenging because it's not force-fed to you. It actually requires a little bit of, actually a lot more effort to think about, okay, well, now the onus is on me to do something that is going to be special to me, and that's, that no one's hand-feeding that to you. No one's spoon-feeding that to you. And that requires not only physical energy, but also some extra mental energy. I think a lot of times we don't like to go into so much. But anyway, so tangent aside, it's a 10-week kind of boot camp that's designed just not only to help organize your practice, but give you something to practice for 10 weeks,
right.
An hour a day. So, and it should be fun. There's gonna be some play-alongs, and all the play-alongs are going to be pertaining to the lessons and stuff. So there's some sort of musical, application to it. So